did their answer at the end. They've done it as a -2.
Like, it's just.
And when they've done it earlier in the paper, it's not wrong. It's just a different way of representing it. And it's just a little quirk that some people are going to like it that way, and others are going to like it.
Like I said, it's just a nitpicky thing.
I usually keep mine.
Which is why, although he's written things, I've still given him an NR, or whoever this is an NR, because it's not relative to that.
No.
To get an E would just be to write down the formula that's relevant,
And
not know how to apply it.
Guys.
During my time of professional experience, quality assurance started with every class receiving the learning goals for the unit of work and the corresponding success criteria. Teachers used this as a guide for the unit of work to ensure that all students were competent in each area, and it acted as a checklist for both teachers and students. Within the science department at the school I attended, on the student-free day they did their own moderation of Year 7 to 10 science. This was a process that I could be a part of and witness the similarities between the moderation I'd done at university and what was being done in the school. The teachers very quickly assessed each other's given grades of samples that ranged from C to A. The majority of the time they spent discussing the assessment piece itself and where improvements could be made for the following year. This was different to the focus of the moderation process I did at uni. Although this was present and discussed, myself and the group were more concerned about ensuring the quality and assurance of marks, whereby we focused on whether we were being fair, consistent, and providing defensible reasoning of our grades. The main difference I assumed for this was because of my current undergraduate level and limited experience to marking papers. The group wanted to ensure that we had marked fairly and consistently. Therefore, that was the major priority for our moderation. However, practicing teachers who are experienced and understand the assessment have a greater trust in themselves and the marks they award. In addition to this, the majority of the teachers told me they had formative tests or quizzes from earlier in the term available as further evidence. The basis of their time was based around two things essentially. How can we improve this assessment piece so that the task is clearly communicated and students scaffold? And secondly, how can we modify the marking rubric and scheme to make our job of marking easier? Quality assurance is an important process for teachers to undertake and perform in their practice due to its benefits to them as individuals, the broader department, and to its students. It scaffolds and produces results and outcomes that are fair, consistent, and defensible. The establishment of the expectations for co-workers is important. It allows for the professional engagement, shared responsibility, and open-mindedness about new or different perspectives. When reviewing in small groups whereby teachers provide evidence of links between student work and the criteria and discuss the indifference of grades is important, as it produces a cohort-wide norm. The work that is done after QAs is crucial too. From this process, task design and required amounts of scaffolding are invaluable. This produces the space for improvements on tasks to be made that not only benefit students but teachers too. It benefits teachers as it enhances the ability to make consistent judgments and streamline expectations when marking. From this unit, the prescribed reading by Hattie and Yates provided me with ideas and the basis for the importance of feedback and what it means to the students. Students see assessment as what we as teachers value. Hence why the sooner students know how they are going to be assessed, the further students can focus on achieving them. This is where the power in not only showing students an exemplar, but how to achieve the exemplar, and an activity as a class discussing the difference between the exemplar and other standards of work. This provides students with the understanding of not just what to achieve, but how to achieve. In my future practice as a teacher, to ensure that I'm making comparable, consistent and defensible judgments, I'll ensure that throughout the marking process of an assessment, I'm identifying what standards they have met per the criteria, but also noting either on paper to myself or for later reference, what would be required to further meet the next criteria. Having an exemplar helps, however this does not provide the difference in required evidence of work for the difference between a C and an A. Doing this will ensure that the marks I am awarding are fair, but also provide the students, if written on their paper, what is required for them to further their knowledge, providing feedback in itself. The other main component that I will strive to communicate well is the difference between criteria for each individual grade. By having clear and specific criteria, this provides less confusion when marking and a clear guide for students to self-assess their work.